Oh boy, this is something new. Vlogging. What the fuck do I talk about? So hi, I'm the Impractical Juggler, but you can call me the Impractical Juggler for short. I'd give out my real name, but the CIA's been keeping me pretty wary about that shit. BT dubs. Should probably mention I'm schizophrenic. It's fun. Sometimes, I'm helping the Illuminati take over the world. Other times, God's brainwashed me to punch myself in the head. Mostly the invisible aliens that live in my head want me to create awakening propaganda. And, this has nothing to do with crippling messianic delusions. Like I said, it's a fun disorder. I just got out of the hospital last week. I went in because I was being kept up by a tendinous mind control beam. They were keeping me awake so I can revisit past traumas and heal them. Obviously, I don't need to explain this to you. You're smart people. Speaking of past traumas, I just released my first ebook. It's short, but it's really personal. It's an overview of a lot of fun events from my childhood and how they made me a well-adjusted human being in my adult life. Also, I don't know if I'm a man or a woman. My feelings say one thing, but my happy Autobahn says another. That's not entirely true. It's confusing. It feels like I'm both. Like my masculine and feminine energies feel very polarized. It's like oil and water, or ketchup and chocolate. This was a big factor in ending my last relationship. I don't really want to talk about it right now because, if I open up that valve, it's just gonna gush. There will be a torrent, and, not the fun kind that gives your computers viruses. It's in the book if you're interested. Basically, I oscillate between what I feel inside and what I desire in other people. And, while I still love my ex, I couldn't be the person she wanted, and I had to be true to myself. Oh, I almost forgot. Silly me. It's so easily forgettable. Another major wedge between me and my girlfriend was, how we escaped a cult. It was your basic, everyday cult. Brainwashing, manipulation, human slavery. All that normal stuff everyone's familiar with. I know I'm a crazy person, but I'm not a crazy person. I didn't join an organization of pee drinkers. That came later. I started working with a nonprofit that was creating their own cryptocurrency for humanitarian organizations, eco-villages, and native tribes. After working with this group for a few months online, I got the offer to move out to their headquarters in Eugene, Oregon. The first week was paradise. Then the conditioning started. Over the course of months, my girlfriend and I were put in a state of perpetual fear, constantly looking out for our immediate needs while towing the line of authority, lest we be blamed and shamed for pretty much everything we did. They took advantage of my disorder. I'm regularly in a state that we like to call the synchronicity slipstream. It's an understudied cognitive state where I constantly feel like I'm being communicated with. Not like voices or anything like that, more like burning bushes. Have you ever been thinking about something and then you walk through your living room and the TV is speaking directly to what you were thinking about? That's my life, but constantly. It feels like God is talking to me, or the Illuminati. One time it was a shoe, but I'm self-aware enough to know that was the CIA. Speaking of which, the CIA actually does fuck with me at times. It's not like I can get anyone to believe me. Back in World War II, the Navy paid artists like Pablo Picasso to paint their ships. They called it dazzle camouflage. Hollywood. That's a thing that's more than a place. It's a thing that creates and transmits information to literally billions of people on this planet, influencing them and their culture. It's something that's really central to our nodal global communication network. Anyone, with enough intelligence could, flex their agency and use it to brainwash the world. The Matrix is real. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Basically, I had my reality distorted so much that, I felt compelled to do everything they told me to. They made me dress weird, shame me for eating, and, just practice casual blood magic on the side of Main Street. I can't possibly get into all of it now. I am writing a book about that. It's going to take some time. In the meantime, I want to talk about it so I can at least begin processing these emotions. Some fucked up shit happened. So yeah, vlogging.